Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel for another video. Today we are talking about my October bullet journal setup. Now normally I'd go through a flip through of what my last setup was for September, but I don't really have the time to do that right now, and I don't think that September turned out well enough or great enough for me to be able to show it to you. So if you want to see that video, definitely give this video a like and comment down below that you do want to see that, and then I will make it for you guys. So this is my new bullet journal. My last one, which is this one, recently kind of got filled up, so I decided to head on over to the next one. So this is just a black Artist Loft dotted journal that I got at Michael's for $5. I don't know if it was on sale or what was going on, but it was only $5. So you open it, it's a blank page, and then you have your index pages, and then after that I have my future log. So in this I kind of put down things that are happening over the next few months. Now I don't suspect this journal will last me much past November, especially since NaNoWriMo is coming up. And this is also where I keep all of my blog notes, so there's a lot that goes into this journal. I don't think it will last past 2 months. So we have my October future planning and my November future planning. So I'm actually going to cover this up. I didn't know it was there, but for November I have the list of the days, a small monthly calendar, and then an idea of what's coming up for my blog that month. So then I have 2 pages that I just kind of didn't fill out. I'm going to put pictures there later. And the next page is my monthly calendar. So I made these little squares. They're 6 by 5, and each day kind of gets its own square. It's a pretty normal monthly calendar. I do color code this. Orange this month is birthdays, black is events, anything that's like kind of highlighted or in purple is my work schedule. Green is stuff for my boyfriend, what he's doing those days, so that I kind of know when not to bother him. And blue, which isn't included here yet, is when I finish books and when I start books. Anything that has to do with books, that's kind of the color that it's all written in. So down here I will just put any notes that I just need really quickly, and then this section is next month. I made a small calendar, and then the blue is birthdays and the brown is events. So I have 2 birthdays next month, and then the 23rd is Thanksgiving, so I did that, and that's just sort of a quick little overview. So the next page is my October TBR. This is where I write down what books I'm reading. I put a box for each chapter and I'm able to mark them off. And then this is, well, there's not enough on here that I can really get mad about showing. So when I'm done with a post, I will write it in pen over here. So as you can see, there are a lot of open spots still in October. I still have plans for them, but I haven't actually sat down, filmed them, written them, etc. So these are what I do have already 100% done for my October blog post. So the next is my October mood tracker. I set it up, each day gets a line, and then each hour gets a column. And then I also have notes. If there's a specific thing that I know triggered me or that I think needs to be noted, I'll write it there. I'll also write it in my daily spreads, but that's kind of where I have the overview that I kind of point out to my doctor when I go. So then I have my October goals, which I haven't filled out yet just because I'm still trying to decide exactly what my goals are going to be this month. So then the next pages that I have are my weekly spreads. These are just spreads that I use to pre-plan what I'm doing in a week. So I have what blog posts I'm supposed to be working on and what I'm supposed to be doing for that, my work schedule, any events that are happening, my goals for the week, a place for notes, and my to-do list that I need to do that week. I also have a space for next week so that I can take that into consideration when planning, like actually going in to the daily spreads and doing that. So this is sort of filled out, sort of not. I don't always fill them out completely just because they aren't 100% necessary. So then I have those for each week in October. So then the next thing that I have is my gratitude journal, where I can just write a sentence every night to sort of go over what the big thing was or what I am really thankful for that day. I find that this really does help with my depression, and it's fun to just be able to look back on it. I've really missed having one of these in September, so I can't wait to work on that a little bit more. So the next page is my blog post status. So for each blog post I have, I go through several steps depending on if it's a video or a text post So I kind of have these columns here that you can see that I've marked stuff off. The black, the completely filled in boxes are spaces for video or text that aren't being used in that blog post, so I don't have to go through those steps. So next to it is the date that a blog post is going to go live and the title of the blog post, and I have October and November on here, but that's just kind of just gives me an overview about where each post is and what I still need to do with it. I find that this is extremely helpful when I'm looking at where I needed to be in a post, or if I began a post at the beginning of the week, what needs to be done at the end of the week to finish it off and get that off my... The next page is my period tracker, which you guys don't need to know that information. So the next thing that I have is onto my weekly spread. So if you guys watched my weekly spread video in September, I think is when it was released, I will have it up on a little cue card on this video, and it'll be in the link into the description. But if you watch that video, it's basically the same setup, but it has changed a little bit. So I will switch out to this week in my current bullet journal. So it has the same idea. It's still the Dutch door, but some things have changed. So I still have the timing recently for my therapy, quote-unquote, sessions. I've needed to track how much I enjoyed an activity and how much pleasure I got from it, what I expected and then what I actually did receive. And so those are what those are, and then just a notes page. I also need to track my thinking. So that's kind of this page. It set up like this, so each day is on basically 2 pages. This will change as I need it to. This is today's. Nothing too interesting, to be quite honest. Nothing too interesting, if I'm going to be honest. It's really just a blog-heavy morning, and then I work this afternoon. But yeah, so that's kind of my weekly pages. So then going back to this journal, so after this page, these pages, there will just be a spot for me to journal throughout the week, put pictures in if I'd like. It's also where I will note any blog post outlines that I want to do, any notes that I just want to take, anything that I really want written down. So yeah, once again, if you want to see my September flip through, like this video and leave a comment down below saying that you'd like to see that, or subscribe to my channel for more videos from me. I post bookish related content, bullet journal and planning, and then some just overall nerdy things that I find along the way. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.